Recently, I wrote a blog post about how developers should rate themselves. In that blog post, I mentioned that junior developers are rarely part of the system design decisions and are mainly focused on implementation. However, there is a baseline level of system design knowledge that juniors should be equipped with. So today, we will be covering 3-tier architecture. Most startups and enterprises of varying sizes have juniors work with this specific pattern. But before we go in depth of how they do it, we should first define it. According to Technopedia, a 3-tier application is a specific type of N-tier architecture. In the case of 3-tier architecture, the tiers are as follows. Presentation tier, also known as the user interface or the client application, business logic tier, also known as the application server, and data storage tier, also known as the database server. Seems like a pretty good definition. So this presentation tier, how is it implemented? Well, you're watching this video right now, and it's brought to you by the power of CSS and HTML. Also, the presentation tier can be presented in a multitude of ways. You have Android and iOS apps, Vue.js apps, React.js apps, Angular apps, and even server-side rendered pages. Next is the business layer, my bread and butter. A majority of my career has been solely focused around back-end development, and I really do love it. If there's any junior back-end developers out there, get really comfortable in this layer because this is where you're going to be working mainly. My focus tends to be Java-based and JVM languages, so I mainly only ever use Spring and Undertow to do back-end work, but some others include Node.js, Bower for Golang, and Ruby on Rails. Lastly is the data layer. Now, when it comes to data in a project, it tends to go off the rails because of all the dependencies on which decides how you're going to do your data layer. So the first thing you need to understand is the use cases, sometimes test cases, even the backend technology for the business layer sometimes decides what kind of database you use. Some popular choices for the data layer include Postgres, MongoDB, Cassandra, CouchDB, and a few more. Now that we've covered tech stack, we can move on to communication protocols between layers. For communication between the presentation and business logic layer, HTTP and JSON is probably your best choice and the most common that you'll find. Now, there is another choice, which is XML and SOAP, but granted, I've only ever seen it in legacy systems. That's it for today's video, everyone. Thank you so much. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you're looking for a tech blog with a little bit of everything, you can see me on humancaching.com. I'm also available on social medias, all listed down below in the description box. Catch you later. Have a great day. Bye.
Systems working.